Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and today we are going to be doing my KU TBR. I have done this video a couple of times and it's basically just all the books that I have checked out on Kindle Unlimited right now. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 12 books written down that I've currently checked out on Kindle Unlimited. If you don't know, Kindle Unlimited is a subscription service through Amazon where you pay a monthly fee of, I think it's like $9.99 or $14.99 or something along those lines, and you can have access to the Kindle Unlimited category and download, and I think the maximum that you can have downloaded at a time is 20, but you can return and download new ones and read as many as you want throughout the month. I love Kindle Unlimited. I use it all of the time, not only just for reading books through ebooks on my iPad, but also to download the ebook and then buy the audiobook at a discounted price. So Kindle Unlimited is a subscription service that I will probably never get rid of as long as I read romance. It is probably my favorite subscription service that I have. But I have a 12 downloaded and written down that I'm going to mention to you today that I would like to read in the coming months. I have been reading a lot more on ebook recently. If you've been here for a long time, you will know that I have a neurological condition that makes it very difficult to read books without an audiobook. But it has been getting better and I have been reading a lot more on ebook, which is really, really fun. I'm actually considering buying myself a Kindle. Wow, I know. Because currently I use the Kindle app on my phone or on my iPad, but I feel like a Kindle would just be a little bit easier and more functional. But anyway, I have 12 downloaded that I'm going to discuss with you. This is a very long-winded intro. These are the books that I want to read in the upcoming months on Kindle Unlimited. So the first one that we have is actually Rootbound by Tara DeWitt. This one is one that I downloaded after watching Caitlin from the Love Librarians, I think it was her November TBR. I was watching it and she was talking about this book and I was like, I need to download that, and I immediately went and downloaded it. I actually can't remember what it was about right now, so I'm gonna look it up. Tara DeWitt is an author who I actually thought was traditionally published, but Caitlin informed me that she's actually not traditionally published, she's indie published. She wrote Funny Feelings, which is the one that I see most about her. I haven't read that one yet. I haven't read anything by her yet. But this is the one that I really want to read. The cover is adorable and one of the main reasons also why I wanted to download it. So basically it's about a heroine named Tate. She is very passionate about her career. I believe that she's a photographer. She is contracted to do an assignment on her estranged family home, which is a now famous ranch, functioning as the set of a popular TV show, and so she has no choice but to agree and go back home. Her parents are divorced and she hasn't had a good relationship with them since then, so she hasn't been back to this ranch in a really long time. And the hero's name is Henry, and he has dedicated his life to the ranch, and he says he owes them for raising him and rescuing him. So when Tate shows up after 20 years of total silence, he takes it upon himself to protect the people he knows and loves. That sounds so good. Okay, so Tate the heroine feels rejected by her family, and so she hasn't talked to them in 20 years, and the hero feels like he was basically adopted by her family and that he owes them everything and loves her family, and so he wants to protect them from her because she hasn't talked to them in 20 years. That's so interesting. I'm so excited. That sounds so good. I love that. It's like small town vibes. I feel like it's gonna have like enemies to lovers energy because they're not gonna get along at first. It's gonna be so good. The next one that I have downloaded is Unbroken Bonds by J. Bree. This one is the last book in the Bonds That Tie series. This is a reverse harem paranormal romance series that is it starts off very slow burn. There is a heroine who is named Oleander, and she has five different mates, basically fated mates. They're called soul bonds, and she doesn't want them at first, or she has to reject them at first, and they're very mad at her for why she rejected them, and they find out that she has a lot of secrets and that she's actually super freaking powerful, and there is so much intrigue and drama, and it's so interesting, and the series is so fun. And this is the last book in the series, and I am so excited. It just came out recently. When I'm filming this, it came out like a couple of weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago or something like that, and it's gonna be great. I'm so excited about it. I hope I absolutely love it. This is the last book in the series, so I'm scared to see how it'll end. I hope that it ends in the way that I want it to. But I love the series. It's incredibly fun, and I don't want to say too much more about it because I don't want to spoil it, but it's interesting. It's addictive. It's great. The next one that I have downloaded is Snow by Sophie Lark. This is book 2 in the Underworld series. I read book 1 last year. It was called Ivan. And it is a Mafia romance series. I think it takes place in Russia. The hero in this one, Snow, is a underground fighter, and I think that's super cool. I actually have started this book. I'm like 10% of the way through it, but it's really interesting. I really love Sophie Lark's writing. I really want to try and read this series because Sophie has mentioned that she's not sure if she's going to make audiobooks for these ones, so I didn't want to wait anymore, so I've been trying to read the ebooks, but I'm really excited, and I love Sophie Lark, so I wanted to read it. The next one that I have is one that I downloaded because of Christi from Christi Reads a Lot. This book, I actually saw Christi at the Love in Vegas book signing, and she pre-ordered this book and picked it up, and the cover is amazing, and then I recognized it when she picked it up and showed it to me from her talking about it on her YouTube channel, and it's a Phantom of the Opera retelling, I'm pretty sure. It's called Phantom by Greer Rivers. It's another one where like the cover is stunning, and it says it's a dark, modern, romantic retelling of Phantom of the Opera, and it's just everything I needed to know about it. I don't need to know any more. I need to read this book. It says it is a spicy story set in modern day New Orleans and is a standalone. It has a whole bunch of trigger warnings. And oh my god, the tropes. Woo! Love that. Okay. It says reader discretion is advised. But that I'm so excited. It's gonna be amazing. I really, really want to read it soon. It's giving winter. So I need it now. The next one that I have downloaded is actually Throttled by Lauren Asher. I have read book 3 and 4 in this series. Book 4, Redeemed, is one of my favorite books. I love it. And this is book 1. I skipped book 1 and 2 and went to book 3 because Tori recommended book 3. And I was like, can I skip book 1 and 2? And she was like, yeah, just read book 3. So I read book 3 and then book 4. But I've been intrigued by book 1, so I have been thinking about going back and reading book 1 because I really love Formula 1 racing romances. I really love racing romances in general. I think racing is so cool. So I haven't been able to find another Formula 1 racing romance that I really like, so I've been thinking about going back and reading the first 2 books in this series just because they're Formula 1 racing romances. So that's why I have this one downloaded. The next one that I have downloaded is one that I am not sure about, and that is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. This one I saw being talked about, words are hard, all over TikTok. The heroine is an ice skater or figure skater, and I think the hero is a hockey player if I remember correctly from the cover or what TikTok said about it. And when I heard that, and when I heard people talking about how good it was, I immediately downloaded it. But then I started hearing very mixed reviews of some people being like, ooh, it was not good. And then Jess read it and DNF'd it, so I'm like, not sure. So I might try it, and hope, like cross my fingers that I like it, but I don't know. I don't want my hopes to be shattered, but some of the people who have not liked it are people who I trust with my reading taste. Like we have similar reading tastes, so I'm not sure, but I have it downloaded for now, and I might try it, read a couple of chapters and see how I vibe with it. But next one I have downloaded is one that was on my TBR for, I think, October actually, and that is Three Swedish Mountain Men. This is by Lily Gold, and it is a contemporary reverse harem where the heroine is in Sweden and it gets snowed in at a cabin with 3 dudes, and then has a romance with all of them. I read another book by Lily Gold, Faking with Benefits, I think is what it was called. Or Neighbors with Benefits, something like that. I read another book by Lily Gold. It was good, but it was too long. That was like my main complaint about it, was that it definitely could have been edited down like 100 pages. And this one is like a bunch shorter than that other one, so I'm like thinking that this one might be better. But it's a contemporary reverse harem, and I really like reverse harems, and so I wanted to try this one. Plus I'm Swedish, and so I love Sweden, and Swedish dudes are hot, so I was like, let's do it. Then the next one that I have downloaded is Lyric and the Heartbeats by Lana Cole. This book is, when you search Catherine Moon's Sweet Verse, this book comes up. It's listed there. But it's not by Catherine Moon, and it's not technically part of the Sweet Verse, but it's like associated, I guess, just by like a different author. And so I love Catherine Moon's Sweet Verse, and I have finished it. I've read all of the books in the series, and I am so sad because I really love her Sweet Verse, and I want more books that are similar to that, because I like Omegaverse ones, but I like specific Omegaverse ones because it's like very much love-hate relationship. I either really love them or I really, really hate them. So the ones that I have tried that are not Catherine Moon, most of them I don't like. So this book is associated with Catherine Moon's books, and I was like, maybe I'll try it. So that's why this is downloaded. But it's a Omegaverse where the heroine is a professional singer or a famous singer, and she's about to go on tour, and she needs like a backup band to go on tour with, and so she is like hiring band members to tour with her, and then goes on tour, and then has, I believe, forms a pack with all of the dudes that she gets for her band, basically. But I really hope I like it. I've been in a really strong Omegaverse mood lately, which is so random. But I read a book that left me in like a full like book hangover and needed something entirely different than that, and so I went with like Why Choose Omegaverses, and it really helped me get out of that like book hangover. But now I've just been continuing to read Why Choose Omegaverses because, like, why not? I'm enjoying them. So if you have any recommendations that are similar to Catherine Moon's Sweet Verse, please let me know. Please let me know. Because I've been looking for it. And then the next one that I have is also an Omegaverse, also Why Choose, and it is called Pax Promise by Victoria Kent. And this one is just another Omegaverse that came up as similar to the Sweet Verse by Catherine Moon, and so I downloaded it. I'm hoping that it'll work out. I've just been testing Omegaverses. Then after that I have Royally Pucked by Pippa Grant. And this is a Pippa Grant book that I haven't read yet. I read the first book in the series that I can't remember what the name was, but it's a the hero is like a king of some random ass country, or like a prince of some random fake country, and also a professional hockey player in the United States. It's Pippa Grant. If you've been here for a long time, you'll know that I read Pippa Grant when I am not feeling great. just as like a boost my mood a little bit. So this is the one that I have downloaded just for the next time that I'm not feeling great. And then I also have Irresistible Trouble by Pippa Grant downloaded because this is the next one that just recently came out in a different series by Pippa Grant, where I really loved one of the books in the series and then really hated a different book in the series. So I have been going back and forth about whether I wanted to read this one, but if I do read this one, it'll be the audiobook, Irresistible Trouble. So I have it downloaded just to remember that it came out recently. But that was the last one that I have downloaded from Kindle Unlimited. So that's all of my current Kindle Unlimited TBR. Like I said, let me know down in the comments below if you have any recommendations for Omegaverse Why Choose Romances that you like. I'm on the lookout for some. But that's going to be it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. Please like if you liked it, subscribe so you can see more content from me. And I hope you have a great day. Bye!